Good morning, good morning. It's your girl A. Hart Johnson coming back at you with another video. And today I want to talk about love, one of the most important fruits of the spirit. Love, in order to love, we have to decide to love. And how we decide to love is we must walk in forgiveness. That means have compassion on people. We must choose to love people in spite of. So don't take everything so literal and so, to heart. Choose not to be offended. Choose not to be offended. Don't take everything to heart and ultimately love people in spite of their faults. And we also must decide to, extend compassion. Have compassion on people, not always, quick to jump the gun, as the old folks would say. Just give people a little more grace, and ultimately, hold your tongue sometimes. Sometimes, oh my God, we must, you know, definitely have to hold our tongue because we want to say what we want to say at that moment. But when you so anxious to say something, it's probably a good idea not to say it. You might want to just hold your tongue and just wait to a better way of saying it. You can speak the truth in love. And ultimately people will receive it better, and then they will have a better understanding of where you're coming from. Because the fruits of the spirit, the Bible say, without love, there's nothing. We have to be willing to operate in love because God is love, and He give us the power to love, and that is what I want to come back and say today on this video. We must learn how to walk in love. And I always come back at you with the book, chapter, and verse. And the first chapter I have on today is coming from the book of, let's see, coming from the book of Ephesians 5 and 1. Imitate God, he's saying. Therefore, in everything you do, because you are his dear children, live a life filled with love, following the example of Christ. He loved us and offered himself as a sacrifice for us, a pleasing aroma to God. So it pleases God when we love one another. It pleases him when we choose to forgive each other, and we choose to walk in love in spite of, and loving the unlovable. And sometimes that is hard, but through God, all things are possible. And the second chapter I'm going to come back at you with is, it's going to be First John rather, First John 4 and 1. And it says, "Dear friends, let us continue to love one another, for love comes from God. Anyone who loves is a child of God and knows God. But anyone who does not love does not know God, for God is love." Yes, my God. So he's saying that if you are God's child, you're going to walk like your daddy. You're going to stunt like your daddy. As Cash Money would say, Birdman, stunt like your daddy. As Wayne rather, you're gonna ultimately walk in love because you're gonna imitate your Father, which is in heaven, who is love. So if you don't walk in love and you don't extend love, then you're not like your Father, and you're not of God. And ultimately, you won't be able to walk in that fruit of the spirit. And the final chapter I have is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verses 14. Chapter 3 and verse 14. And it reads, "Above all, clothe yourselves with love." So that means put on the whole armor of love, like from head to toe, just get dressed in love. That means exude love, show compassion, extend a helping hand towards your brother or sister. Don't believe, you know, the worst about a person. Believe the best, let them show you in the long run, but ultimately believe the best. Don't just jump off the gun and ultimately jump to a conclusion. Learn how to just believe the best about a person. Above all, clothe yourself with love, which binds us all together in perfect harmony. So love is what brings us all together as one big unit. God wants us to operate in love and all come together as love, as one big, unit. And I know that forgiveness is not always going back and being around the person. You can forgive them and still wish them well and have no ill will toward the person. But ultimately, to protect your peace and your mindset, you must distance yourself, but you still can show love and compassion towards that person. You don't have to just, hate them. But yes, you definitely do have to guard your heart as well. I want to, put that out there. I don't want you to think that you must forgive and just go head first back into that relationship that was already toxic, because most of the time, both of the parties need healing or some kind of counseling. So if one party is willing to heal and get counsel and the other party isn't, then ultimately that's a toxic relationship to where they cannot coexist for as, coming together per se, but they still can walk in love with each other and be civil around each other. So that is the word I have on today. It is walking in love, which is the most important fruit of the spirit. And once we are ultimately able to walk in love, we can exude our God given identity, because that is what He is. God is love. And remember, if you like my video, hit the thumbs up button, press the like button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, AHEARTJOHNSON. That is at AHEARTJOHNSON. One more time for the people in the back, AHEARTJOHNSON. And until next week, I'll see you guys on another video. You guys be blessed.